Good evening.
Good evening.
Can you hear me? It's not. It's on. Hello. Hello. This is.
Check. Check. Check.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. It's going to be an exciting night. We're so happy that you're all here. I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. The first thing I would like to ask is Dr. Sterling for a prayer, please.
Good afternoon. Can we all bow our heads? Gracious Father, thank you for this day. As we come into a new year, we come with much gratitude and thanksgiving. Father God, we must be grateful for the country that we live in. It has its problems and its flaws, but it's a free country, and we must be proud that we are here. Father God, I ask you to be with each council member here and the newly elected ones. Help us, Father, to make decisions for the good of the city. This is a wonderful little city, and we all love it. And Father God, I just ask you just to bless the families and bless each and every one of us here on the city council. These things I ask and pray in your precious and holy name. Amen.
Amen. Can we ask you to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we go forward, I would just like to make a quick announcement about the public hearing regarding, hold on, I need my glasses here, Z-23-13 rezoning. It has been withdrawn, and we will not be discussing it tonight. We're going to go right to the work session right after we get our three new council members sworn in. Judge Green, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
I can introduce you to them. On the left is J.J. Jackson, Tina Brown in the middle, and Scott Corder on the end.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and take them one at a time, if that's okay with everybody. Where would you like me to do it? Is there some place? Are we live streaming? I know we live stream.
We are live streaming, yes.
Live streaming. In that case, Mr. Jackson, why don't you come on up?
Do you want your family up behind you?
That'd be great. Can the family come on down?
Good, how are you?
All right, Mr. Jackson, I'm going to make it easy on you. There's an easy way to do these and a hard way. So I'm going to start off, and I'm going to say I, and I'm going to ask you to say your name, and then I'm going to read the oath, and when I get done at the end, I'm going to ask you if you do so swear and affirm, and you can just say, I do so swear and affirm. I found that is easier than having you repeat every single phrase and paragraph. So can I get you to raise your right hand? I, Jonathan Jackson, a citizen of Jackson County, state of Georgia, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will truly and faithfully perform and discharge the duties devolved upon me as city council member for the city of Pushton, Georgia, that I will faithfully enforce the law of this city, that I will support and defend the charter of the city of Pushton, as well as the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia and of the United States of America, and that I will do all in my power to promote the general welfare of the inhabitants of the city of Pushton and the common interest thereof. I do further solemnly swear and affirm that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any public subdivision or authority thereof, that I am not the holder of any office or trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, which by the laws of the state of Georgia I am prohibited from holding, and that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and the laws of Georgia. So help me God. Do you swear or affirm?
I do swear and affirm.
Congratulations. Anyone want to take any pictures? Nope. All right, come over here with me, and I will get you to sign the oath officially.
So exciting. I haven't been on this side. Mm-hmm.
All right, sir, and if you will take your seat, I think you've earned it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations, JJ.
Proud? Proud to be a family? Keep coming, come on down. It's like, I like it, it's like a flashback for me to the early 90s. Remember the band Nelson in the early 90s? All right. Ma'am, we're going to do exactly the same way. Can I get you to raise your right hand? I,
Christina Brown,
a citizen of Jackson County, state of Georgia, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will well truly and faithfully perform and discharge the duties devolved upon me as city council member for the city of Bushton, Georgia. That I will faithfully enforce the law of this city, that I will support and defend the charter of the city of Bushton, as well as the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia and of the United States of America, and that I will do all in my power to promote the general welfare of the inhabitants of the city of Bushton and the common interest thereof. I do further solemnly swear and affirm that I am not the holder of any accounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof. That I am not the holder of any office or trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state by which the law of the state of Georgia I am prohibited from holding, and that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and the laws of the state of Georgia. Do you so swear and affirm?
I do so swear and affirm.
Congratulations. Come on over and officially sign your oath, and then you can go ahead and take your seat. That's good. Come on down. Family, there we go.
Aw.
Mr. Porter, last one. You've seen how it's done. Get you to raise your right hand. I, a citizen of Jackson County, state of Georgia, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will well and truly and faithfully perform and discharge the duties devolved upon me as city council member for the city of Bushton, Georgia. That I will faithfully enforce the law of this city. That I will support and defend the charter of the city of Bushton, as well as the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia and of the United States of America. And that I will do all in my power to promote the general welfare of the inhabitants of the city of Bushton and the common interest thereof. I do further solemnly swear and affirm that I am not the holder of any accounted for public monies due this state or any public subdivision or authority thereof. That I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, which by the laws of the state of Georgia I am prohibited from holding. And that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia. So help me God. Do you swear and affirm? Congratulations. Oh, no, we missed it.
Judge Green, thank you so much, considering you had a flat tire, all kinds of issues coming here. He made it on time. We thank you so much.
Madam Mayor, I have twin 6-year-olds to put to bed. I think that concludes my business. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Welcome, new council members.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to call to order the work session, and we're going to go right into agenda approval. Any changes to the agenda that you would like to note? Council? None? Okay, we're gonna go right to, reports, by the mayor, council, and staff, and I'm gonna turn that over to Jennifer, to do a summary of her reports.
Debbie,
Good evening, Mayor and Council. We did meet, did you have something?
I just wanted to remind the mayor to approve the agenda. We didn't approve it.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
There we go.
I second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Let's go.
Agenda's approved. Now we'll move on. Monthly
Okay.
reports, please.
Yes, so, Mayor and Council, the staff met with the SPLOST committee to request approval to help pay for the water and sewer debt. I can honestly say, as of today, we are debt-free with our water and sewer department. This has been a busy month. The mayor keeps me very busy, and I love that. We are making a lot of production for the city of Houston. One thing that we did accomplish last month was we did meet with the Department of Community Affairs, the mayor and myself. They have some great opportunities for the city of Houston, and we look forward to working with them on a few projects. The finance director and myself participated in a grant class, and we hope to learn more about grant opportunities for the city. The mayor and council, Councilmember Sterling, along with the rest of the council, was able to give out gifts to children in our community, and that was a great blessing to the school as well. And so we were glad to participate in that. And I want to thank Mayor Martin and Councilmember Sterling for heading that up for the rest of the council. And in the water and sewer department, we installed 38 new water meters. We repaired 13 customer water meters, and we repaired over 4 water leaks in our water system. In the wastewater department, they have a weekly wash down and cleaning of the tanks through and the filters. That is something that we do constantly for maintenance. And we also performed a plant tour for the newly elected officials. I think they really enjoyed the sewer plant. Do what?
Best place in the city.
Best place in the city. Thank you, Mayor.
I would just like to ask a question on your second bullet of your report. You referred to Mayor Brown in here, and
Oh, Lord.
I'm just curious, Dave, do you have something to tell me?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
So sorry.
I told everybody I would give you a hard time in public, so I had to keep my promise. Okay, thank you very much, I appreciate that. Okay, we're gonna go into old business. Resolution 24-01, water purchase agreement with Barrow County. I'm gonna turn this over to Jerry Hood.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor and Council, this agreement that you have in your package is a culmination of about 6 or 8 months of work by your staff, city attorney, and our firm, working with the Barrow County Board of Commissioners and their staff. It really provides a short-term and long-term water supply supplement for the city of Houston. with this agreement, in 2 years, they will be expanding their infrastructure in the northern portion of Barrow County to enable them to furnish up to 300,000 gallons a day of water to the city of Houston, and ultimately up to 2 million gallons of water for the city of Houston. So we feel good about the contract. The terms and the water price is very favorable to the city and the consumers. We're good with it. I think it's a very good thing for the city. It makes us feel really secure.
Mm-hmm.
You already have other supplies, but this really puts you over the top. Gives you a lot of redundancy and reliability.
Council, any questions for Jerry? Okay, great. Let's move on to old business, item 2. This is Resolution 24-02. It's an intergovernmental agreement with the DDA for the lease of 69 City Square, which is the building to your right, our left, which will be the restaurant. This was approved Monday from the DDA, and so it's now to us for approval. Council, any questions?
No.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, let's, new business. Item number 1, a final plat for Creekside Village Townhomes. Jerry Weiss, do you mind summarizing, please?
Yes, I will. Thank you, Mayor. This is a final plat for a fee simple townhouse project consisting of 31 lots. It's on a new road called Creekside Commons Drive. It's south side of Eagles Bluff Way. This project is zoned mixed use. It's been in the works development for at least a couple of years now. It's not by any means a perfect project, and it has had its challenges. The applicant, Mr. Harold Tripp, is here in the audience tonight. I've asked him to be here in the event that the council has some questions about it. He has been working very, very hard to get everything in order according to the deadline he's been given by the property owner who's selling it to him. And he's done very well. There are a loose end or two, one of which is the turnaround, the hammerhead turnaround on this project is curb and guttered and graded, but it's not paved. And the reason that it's not paved is they were ready to do it, but the Public Works Director held them back. You know, we had such a heavy rain, it was still wet, and he advised against it paving. So the staff recommendation is for approval of the final plat, and we reserved signatures on the part of the city engineer, the zoning administrator, myself, and then also the mayor until such time as they have everything else in order. So I'll turn it back over to you, Mayor. If you have questions, I'll be glad to answer them, but again, the applicant, you may have questions about the applicant because there are some extenuating circumstances and so forth, and so he's here to be able to help us through those questions if you have them. Thank you.
Great, Zombie. Thank you, Jerry. Council, any questions? Try that one.
Just press.
Those aren't on. Oh. Well, I guess you have to go to the podium. You're used to that. So none of those words? Hold on 1 second.
From JJ down.
Just, will mine reach over there? Dr. Sterling, will yours reach over there? Oh, yeah, we got it. There you go.
Thank you. Sorry. Do I have to limit it to 2 minutes?
I'll give you 5.
Thank you. I do have some questions about this, and I'm hoping that it's not out of scope of what we're here to do with the final plat approval, but there was no preliminary plat approval, so I do have a couple of questions for the developer if he's here and able to answer. The first is, On page 17 of the city planner's report, there is a letter from Premier Residential Builders stating that the heated square footage for the 20-foot wide lots, the heated square footage for the unit would be 1,540, and the heated square footage for the 24-foot wide lots would be 1,760. Townhome, according to our zoning, townhomes have a minimum square footage of 1,800 square feet. Now, it is noted on the final plat, I believe, itself, but is it in fact the case that these will be compliant with that minimum heated square footage of 1,800 square feet? Is Mr. Tripp here?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
There he is.
What was the question?
The minimum square footage, the heated square footage on these townhome units, there is a letter that indicates the square footage may not meet the minimum heated square footage of 1,800 square feet for townhomes in the city of Houston. Will they be a minimum of 1,800 heated square feet?
No, ma'am, but we applied for and received the variance for the reduced amount. And if it would be developed and built the way it was previously approved, he was doing condominiums, not townhomes, and I don't think the city of Houston wants that kind of product here. I'm here trying to build a good product for you, but those are competitive square footages.
Okay, I understand. I don't know that there was a variance specific to that. The single garage units, will the paved or will the concrete driveway be 12 feet wide on those single ones as they appear to be on the doubles?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Because,
28-foot minimum driveway on the set forward units, and the ones that set back, you've got 31 foot.
okay, yes, I see that there's about 21 feet from the inside edge of the sidewalk. We do not want to impede sidewalk usage. I am concerned about street parking in here, which I don't really have a solution for. That's why I asked the question about the width of the driveway as well, because there isn't visitor parking or anything like that. Elevations, I haven't seen elevations. I assume that you're going to be complying with the 50% brick, stone ordinances, zoning.
Yes, ma'am. There were previously elevations approved for the owner, the existing owner, some 2 or 3 years ago. I have a copy of them, but we're gonna have our architect draw up new elevations, new floor plans, try to make them the best units we can.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And for your parking question, Cambridge has approximately 65 or 70% of that subdivision is single-car garage, and I drive through there on a frequent basis trying to see how many under contract signs they've got, because I'm a little concerned about the one-car market, but they seem to be selling them like crazy over there, and I haven't noticed a lot of parking problem in the street.
Okay, thank you.
Jerry, do you have any follow-up questions for, Miss Tina Brown, Councilperson Brown? That's gonna be difficult with you two. Or the developer?
Yes, Mayor and Council, Mr. Tripp and I apparently are at some odds about what was approved in terms of the variance. The final plat was revised, and my comment on the final plat, which his engineer put on the final plat, was that there would be a minimum heated floor area of 1,800 square feet. We did notice that he had apparently asked for a reduction of that lot size, the house size, but that was not advertised and it was not approved as part of the variance package. And so the requirement, unless something is done otherwise, is an 1,800 square foot minimum by the code. That's what's on the subdivision plat. That's what will be enforced. On the elevation drawing, I'm not aware. There may have been something back 2 or 3 years ago. I was here most of that time, and I'm not aware of anything where the elevations were specifically approved under the code at this time, and so that's something that is, still needs to be done. I believe the council has an interest in seeing those elevations and would like to see if Mr. Tripp would be amenable to presenting those for approval by the council prior to issuance of building permits.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay, so can we let the record show that he's agreeable to that, and we will bring those elevation drawings back to the city council for approval prior to any building permits being issued, if the final plat is approved and we proceed with it. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you.
If there's more questions, I'll try and answer them.
Any more from the council?
I have a question.
Oh, great. Yes, please.
Mr. Tripp, this is addressed to you. If, we're supposed to vote on this Monday, and if we vote on this, is there any way we can have this data before Monday, the curb and the 1,800 square foot all worked out?
I don't know that I can work out the 1,800 square foot issue. And if I'm unable to do it, I probably won't buy it because he's not going to reduce the number of units, and he'll probably come in and build them back under the condominium program. I don't know.
Okay, and if we do not get the data by Monday, what's the implications for you if we put the project table status?
It's not with me, it's with him. I think he's under a financial hammer that he's got to pay that thing off. And if I don't buy it, I don't think he's got the wherewithal to pay it off.
Okay.
Okay, well, we will wait and see what we get.
Yes.
Elevation, thank you for agreeing that you could provide that. That's very helpful. Thank you. I think we're done with this item, unless there's any more comments, questions? None?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Tripp. New business, item number 2, authorization to initiate actions to reactivate the Planning and Zoning Commission. We brought this to council, well, back then it was mayor and council, in November, and it was declined, and we're bringing it back. We would still like to initiate planning and zoning. Any questions from council? We have received several applications to join planning and zoning. If any of you out there are interested, we would certainly love to have more applicants. And also, the ones that have been turned in, they have been reviewed by our planning consultant, and Jennifer and I will be the next step to review them. Any questions? Jerry, any comments from you?
Mayor and council, we expect to bring this to you on the March rather than the February agenda because of the close nature of the deadline for public notice. But this will be an amendment to the zoning ordinance. It will be an amendment to the subdivision regulations, and it will also involve an amendment to the city code regarding establishment of the planning commission. So this will be there will be public hearings on the subdivision code and the zoning code when we bring it back to you. And we expect to bring it to you for the March meeting, and then we have to figure out when that will go into effect because we have the schedules. If and when you pass the planning commission, then they're integrated into the process of zoning and subdivision platting and so forth, And so we'll have to set an effective date at which we can make sure that those meetings are scheduled and they're worked into the schedule.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Any, questions or comments from council? Okay, new business, item number 3, ordinance 0-24-01, narrow strip ordinance. I'm gonna ask, our attorney, Ab, to, speak to this.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Tommy Hampton, who's a local developer, is Mr. Hampton here? He's doing a development in town. He noticed adjacent to the lot that he's developing that there's a narrow strip of property owned by the city, and he inquired about the availability of that lot for purchase. There's a state law that authorizes municipalities, when they have narrow strips of land that really aren't able to be used for anything independently, it authorizes cities to pass ordinances to establish a process to dispose of those strips. I have prepared this ordinance in accordance with that state law. The basic process is when we discover such a strip or somebody brings it to our attention, we take a look at it, we determine whether the city has any use for it. If the city really doesn't appear to have any use for it either currently or in the future, then we get an appraiser to look at the property, appraise it. We may have to get a survey done. If it's an old piece of property, these are often remnant tracts from streets that weren't built out fully or subdivisions, any number of things. And then the city manager renders a report that says, hey, we've had an appraisal done, here's the survey, we don't feel like this is property the city can use. And we send out a notice to all the adjoining landowners. We tell them this is available, do you have interest? We see what response we get back, and then it comes before y'all with a recommendation from the city manager about disposal of the property. It is a useful tool for municipalities to get rid of properties that they don't use and get them on the tax rolls and into use in commerce or residential development, whatever. So we appreciate Mr. Hampton bringing this one to our approval, and it allows us and has spurred us to bring this ordinance before you.
Great, thank you.
Be happy to answer any questions.
Council, any questions? Okay. This is interesting. No questions from council when they're over here. Isn't that interesting? No, I'm just kidding, you guys. New business, item number 4, the 2024 recommendation of council meeting time and dates. Hopefully you've seen them. The work session will still be the second Thursday, and the voting meeting will typically be the 4th Tuesday, which would be basically a week and a half after the work session. Also on this schedule, in case you haven't seen it in the packet, is the DDA schedule and also historic preservation schedule. Questions or comments from council?
I can't be silent just because you're accusing me of being silent. No, I appreciate your work on getting more time between the work session and the voting session, for sure. It's something that's been needed a long time. These information packets are chock full of information. The public often brings valid points, questions that need to be answered, things like that. This is something I've personally wanted, and I've heard from others for a very long time, so I thank you for proposing a schedule of meetings that makes more sense.
You're welcome, and I'm sorry that Mr. Tripp left, but this is a perfect example. It would have given him a whole week and a half to work on what we asked for today before we voted, instead of basically in 3 days. So, you're welcome. I'm glad that you like the schedule. New business, item number 5, it's the 2024 schedule for the DDA, dates and times, which I just went over in the major one. No questions there. Let's see, new business item number 6, 2024 recommendation of Historic Preservation Committee. Same thing, I just went over the schedule with you just a moment ago. One more schedule, new business, item number 7, this is the 2024 municipal court date and time schedule.
Okay. Do you want to announce the time?
Three.
It's not on there.
The time is 3 p.m., and it will be on the agenda Monday with a time on it. And it's every other month. And Judge Green is the judge, by the way, in case you want to see his second act. Okay, I am actually going to switch new business 8 and 9's order. I'm going to do 9 first before I do 8. The new business item 9 is recommendation of council committees. I have spoken to all the council members individually and in groups, and we have come up with the committees that I would like the council to work on for the next at least year or two. So I would just like to mention those to you, what they are. For cemetery, that will stay with James Lawson, Councilmember Lawson. Parks and Rec, I have assigned Miss Tina Brown. Downtown Development is going to be a co-chair with Scott Corder and J.J. Jackson. Short-term and long-term capital improvement projects is going to be with David Brown. Marketing and branding, and I would like to explain what that is in just a moment, is going to be co-chaired also, J.J. Jackson and Scott Corder. And community outreach program is going to be Dr. Sterling. The marketing and branding is outside our city limits, getting people to come to our city versus the DDA that works on in the city, just so you know the slight difference. I'm super excited for these committees. I hope when they call on you for advice or help or a need that you'll help them out. There's a lot of giggling going on over there. Any questions from council? And so, new business item 8 is the recommendation to appoint DDA board members. My recommendation, Scott Corder and J.J. Jackson. New business item 10, recommendation of Mayor Pro Tem. I've given this a lot of thought. I've talked to almost all council. One I'm delinquent on, and I apologize for that. I would like to recommend Councilmember David Brown as my Pro Tem. With that, council member, if that's approved on Monday. That will be approved for a vote on Monday. Having said that, Dave Brown has done a lot of work, so I'm going to turn item number 11 over to him because he has to appoint or hope to get support from an ethics committee. So I'm going to turn this over to Councilmember David Brown.
Thank you, Mayor. On Monday, when I'm voted in, it will become official. If I get voted in, I should say. I have had the honor of contacting some folks who I'd like to assign to the Ethics Committee. I worked with the mayor on this, and I worked with the city manager a lot. We came up with a lot of different names and different strategies on what we wanted to do and to move forward. And so the following people, we elect a board of 6 people. Hopefully we will not have to use them. They're strictly voluntary. But we came up with 6 names, and the following people will be our ethics people. It will be Sue Youngblood, Jack Flint, Mike Bagwell, Rodney Cato, Chris Kubik, and Christine Moody. So that will be the board that I'm going to recommend come Monday. If it gets approved, and if I get approved for Pro Tem, we will be putting out a letter to them. I will be drafting it up, running it by Jennifer to make sure I spell everything correct. And we will get that out to these volunteers. And if you see them, I'd like you to thank them for the service and everything. And we hope we don't have to use them, but you have a really good board here that will represent, I think, the city very well.
Thank you, Councilman Dave. New business, item 12. I'm going to turn this over to Jennifer. Oh, excuse me, Jerry Hood. Sorry.
No worries. Mayor and council, the, package you have in your, documents, there's a, estimate from Garland Construction. Last year, our staff and your staff worked together to develop a concept plan and a building layout for a public works facility, which you're in dire need of. You also advertised for proposals. Contract was awarded in 2 phases to Garland. Phase 1 was finishing up the drawings, sufficient detail to obtain quotes and price out the estimate. City staff worked with Garland and his folks to bring this down pretty well bare bones price. I think it's a good start. I think you can build from this facility. But this is the GMP, or guaranteed maximum price, includes performance and payment bonds. This document will fold into the GMP construction documents, which will be assembled, signed by the mayor, and reviewed by AB before it's issued. Then we'll issue a pre-construction conference and get the project kicked off.
Thank you, Jerry. Any questions from council? Thank you. New business item 13, consideration of building inspection agreement. Ms. Jennifer?
Thank you, Mayor. We have a contract that we are looking for. This is a staff recommendation to the mayor and council. This is a contract through Bureau Veritas. Bureau Veritas is well known through the government world. They have a contract agreement with Jackson County, the town of Brazelton, and many other municipalities around our area. They're well known, and I'm asking for consideration to make a motion to approve this contract. The rates are great. They will be taking care of the scope of services. They will be taking care of any kind of administration, building department wise, inspections and plan reviews for residential, commercial, and industrial, local issuing authority oversight, which we are a local and issuing authority. They also will take care of code inspections as needed, and I think this will be a great. I think this will be a great fit for the city. We are continuously looking for a full-time building inspector, a senior building inspector that can come right in, that has the qualifications to not only inspect residential, commercial, and industrial, but also that can inspect our plan reviews, which Dr. Jerry White can tell you we will be getting busy with that as the time goes on with our new Kroger and Publix and our new residential that we have approved. So just a consideration of this agreement. And like I said, we will continue to look for a senior building inspector and hope to find one within this year.
Thank you. Council, any questions?
Yes, Jennifer, this was in our 2024 budget, correct?
I'm sorry.
This was in our 2024 budget,
Yes, sir.
correct?
Yes, so they will be staying in compliance with our budget.
So, Jennifer, would you mind discussing that a little bit more? Because if this takes off, if the thousands of units that have been approved take off and we needed them like full-time, it would be a budget buster. So I think it would be a comfort to council and the audience to know that you've really hammered out sort of limits. Explain that a little
Yes.
bit more, so we have assurances that we're not going to drop $180,000.
Yes, ma'am. I have discussed in full details with Bureau Veritas what our budget is, and even to the point of how many hours we can do per week, so that we stay within our budget. Going forward this year, we are budgeted for about 350 inspections, so we should have no problem staying within our budget. However, once we go full force into 2025, we're going to have to adjust our budget anyways because of the amount of work that's coming in. But this year, I see no problems, no hesitation in hiring them and them staying within the budget.
Jennifer, we've done business in the past with this company.
Yes, sir, we have, and they are, very familiar with our city limits, and they worked for us, for about 3 or 4 years. So, they're a great team player. Y'all will all enjoy working with them.
Any other questions? Okay, can we open up for citizen input now?
All right, now is the time. If anyone would like to address the mayor and council, please raise your hand, and I'll go over a few rules and call you up. All right, seeing no hands, I'll turn it back over to you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to go in executive session for personnel and real estate. Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor? Thank you very much. We'll be back.
Oh, yeah, that line was just really long. So Monday's the council meeting, even though it's a holiday.
Yep.
Take care, my brother.
Been here all night if that apartment thing was stopped.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Sarge.
Oh, man, this is a long day.
Yeah, I took a sip out of it. James is not open.
See ya. Really, John, the traffic coming up Dave Drive, it was a half mile long, small line. And people, there was so much traffic.
That's it, that's my resolution.
And it's going to get worse. That's the problem.
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, how's everything going, JJ, everything going good with you?
Oh, yeah. That's sort of it. I'm the chief of police, unfortunately. Brad Hill, nice to meet you. Yes, sir, absolutely. He's terrible. A lot of people down there. Oh, yeah.
I've never seen such a.
Every day, just like that. You know, they made that new exit down there. Like, that didn't happen. Everybody lives up this way, they all commute from Atlanta up here, back and forth. You don't have to go far. Oh, yeah. Yours is like there, 53 every day. It's just crazy. Oh, yeah, it's hard, yeah. Yeah, they use this just to get through. Wander, and every year. Today. Now, we're taking,
I try to swear I know a lot of this, I trust a lot of the United States, I flew over to Belgium. And, just get out, I got in my basement. And they're in my share. I'll be able to go a little bit.
let's go down the
Vegas, they go have those storms.
sky.
Yeah, but even.
Well, if you get up to a certain spot, I might get don't make the wrong start. Well, they put our cheese conference, next week in Columbus. I'm not going. Usually we go to Carolina, but I don't know who in the world goes to Columbus. I'm not going to that.
I mean, that's how it's a lot of it.
One of those where you're like looking at all your needs, trying to figure out. Well, they sent us out an email saying what motels we need to stay at, if that did it. So which one were safe for our patrol cars to stay out at? Yeah, oh, yeah, so they bring in, they started all about, this one's got up, this one's got, that's me, I'll see, that's funny, so you get about I'll be back in August. I can't get help. I've known several people who have to go. Got to keep going. $30,000 a month. I think a lot of companies are facing that's what all these people are. There you go. There you go. So I think so what do you do now? Fiddle. Well, that's true. We travel a little bit expensive. I get her out. She's still, I think, within 90 years. You have a motor home or anything, or she's sort of like Sandy. Oh, yeah. Very nice to meet you. Yes, sir. That's such a perfect well, it's because I got all that. I got all those demands on the house. Yeah, good night. I remember waking up when I was about your age. This happened so fast. One moment I'm single, living in an apartment. Next moment I'm married with a house, 3 kids. I thought about it. Kind of quickly, but it's not. And all of these cross streets were stores.
They're like,
well, listen, let's go ahead and vote. They always say, well, there's
well, good, I think.
That you're gonna open all of this together?
Nice. What did they say about you?
Thank you so much.
I'm there. I'm there. They closed the Waffle House down, I don't have more to go after the meeting, but I'm there. I'm coming to the building. I know where you're at now. I know where. Out on the right. They're revamping it, they're remodeling it. Yes. That's the only time I've ever seen them take a Waffle House down for remodeling. You still let people just stay in there while they do it, but they're revamping the whole thing. Yeah. It needs, I don't think they've done any work in that Waffle House in the last 30 years.
I'll take you a place, I just wanted to.
Oh, really? I never eat that.
Well, I like it because
I'm a little spicy.
Diameter was told, or there was no comments or straws in that. Men's restroom, no paper, I have noticed.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I don't know where all these things are that aren't working, I don't know what they're doing now.
I'll tell you what, I was going to write down. Popeyes is headquartered in Miami, but they have another company who does all the chill food in the back. And they have no way to keep contact. It tells you on the site, if you have comments about it, it will only be posted as the internet records. I don't see it. I think it.
They don't go there and look at that, they have no idea.
Kentucky Fried has some good inspectors, and I'm very close to them. They're in good shape. But I'm a little disappointed. I walked in with one DMV restore. Recently, I was chicken. And, also when I worked with this, Harley Harrison, they had no selling whatsoever, which to me indicates no trade. And, he said, we ain't taking any clothes inside. They said, they're so busy outside, we ain't taking any clothes. I just went after but I'm not impressed with it because I feel like the facility up like that, right? How well it's controlled.
They need Chick-fil-A still training. Gosh, yeah.
Chick-fil-A, their prices. I went last night, we went up there. That called salad, I used to think Zaxby's was good.
My wife.
I love the called salad, that's a nice flavor. And then we always had milkshakes at prices. When I grew up, our drugstore in town was that's number 49. So we always carry plus super inflation.
I think we're one that gets Chick-fil-A follow up. So, we're getting posted at every end of the day.
Do you all not have a Chick-fil-A?
There's one in Brownsville and there's one over in Jefferson. So they call public, so I think that
Every nice day. I love this thing. And I wish that In and Out would give it a serious.
Yeah, I've never been to one of those.
They've got
I've heard of it. Okay.
And,
Well, that's a burger.
one of the burgers, one of the burgers. And they're pretty reasonable, they're less than your Chick-fil-A, they're different places. And I think that I just saw where they moved into Arkansas, I usually, we can spend a good bit of time in Louisiana and Texas. And they moved that far from California.
Okay.
They're really good.
They're head shoes.
I think so, over time.
I've heard of them, but I've never been to them. I go to Arkansas, and I'm a Douglas. So I go out to Arkansas.
Where do you go in Arkansas?
DeWitt, Arkansas, it's about an hour below Stuckville. I got a friend that lives out there, we go out there. I was going this weekend, but they didn't get much water, it's dry. And I don't know why it does. They had a lot of rain last week, so they go next weekend.
Yeah, I drove Middle Arkansas about 3 years ago, and I saw a lot of poverty stricken.
There is a lot of poverty.
I saw a lot of, wetlands, circus, and had a lot of rain. I was based in Jacksonville, that was one of my first Air Force assignments. I spent time there. And, there are places in Tennessee that have a lot of poverty too, and most of them in the mountain areas. We're talking about ducks. I may have a picture. I have a friend who's maybe one of my son here and the other one. They went out the other day, and were in my shop, Christmas, they had a pickup truck.
Yeah.
I mean, where they at?
They were down somewhere around in.
Okay.
The only time I have ever eaten pheasant was out in North Korea. I went out and I made payroll in 1959. To, those guys all over the country, Saudi Arabia. So the Christmas Day weekend.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yes, sir, you too. But yeah, I like it up, I've never done these guns.
Even if I find a little bug in the house, I'll try and take it.
Take it outside. Over here, DC, and
West Georgia. Oh, you didn't do that to Georgia State. Just one that I had just last, she was, does a lot of fishing, they go down to Destin, Panama City and go out. Well, he just loves that, so they come home.
now, I'm not big on that, going out rocking the lane. I've done that a couple times, I'm not big on that.
Last time I went out, it was so rough, several people on the had to just lay down. It was so
Oh, yeah.
rough. You don't want to go out. Look her up, you see it smooth.
Yeah.
They're at it. Are y'all ready to go? Carson's at the house. Carson's at the house. Let's go back to the house. Sorry, let's go right along. Rob, you have good night, Ron.
Yeah, I just come over for a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As long as there's wine for it, I'll listen.
Yeah. Hey, Catherine, how are you? Thank you. Thank you. I like you. I'll just sit you. Oh, but I can't do it. I don't know. I must have got you. She left her sleep on her. Yeah. That's hilarious. I love it. And it's so soft. Yeah, it's real cute. I love it. Yeah. Sarah. Sarah. Because she's such a. She doesn't have Sarah. You don't think she was on the original Switch Angels, you know, like the TV show. It was like, yeah, the movie. Yeah, but the very famous, yeah, you have to see it. We'll get it, yeah.
Nice to see you. Take care. That's sweet.
Her hair looks like.
That's nice.
Like how she was, yeah, it was called Feather, she did the Feather, yeah. Yeah, like the, you know, say like, you know, the way it kind of, you know, went back, yeah, the liver hair. Yeah. Yeah. I like it, she's coming back in style.
That's the guy.
She's kind of getting the, now she's gonna be setting the trend. Yeah, yeah, she died in, like, here with that.
That's the way I am, me and my son, he said that he loved it.
And she died of cancer.
But I never really felt it, they're delicious to eat. I've never eaten them.
She's 25th of 9.
This year.
Yeah. Yeah. How old was she? She was 62.
I read it, I liked it.
She was gorgeous. I mean, everybody asked me, my brother, yeah, he used to have it. Yeah, this is the, yeah, this was every.
Y'all be safe,
All right, let's go, guys.
Well, I want her J-Day going to pictures.
Okay, well, Patsy, come on, you and I will run over to the house. We'll get one at the house.
But you won't have the age of the background.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can do it. Yeah. She was like, you know, So, remember that, that's the one Ashby had. I'm surprised he doesn't have it, remember that?
They just reminded me that my
Yeah.
coat was too long.
He probably-
I've had this coat for about 20 years.
He was
And when I was
hot
working
for
there,
bear.
I had to retire at 60. I was 6'3". And they should be at Emory the other day, I'm 5'11".
You shrunk.
I had shrunk 5 inches.
My goodness.
Okay, Joe, you ready to go?
They literally will come out and adjourn. I mean, they're like, the, I don't know how long.
Do y'all know what numbers? Court house, where's on the court?
Here, we do everything in here.
Oh, okay. And then look at where the court. Oh, I know, I should
Just,
know.
just for future reference, just in case you need to.
Yeah. No,
So
no.
we-
I want to be deployed through the city of Houston.
Yeah, court's pretty much the same layout. We do this and then, the judge sits up there and we work people through.
Yeah, I heard y'all wanna hire, I'm a recruiter, so I heard y'all wanna hire a building inspector. I was like, hey, I'll put a resume over, maybe I can get a contract.
Well, they've been looking for one for a while.
Have they? Are they wanna hire them, like on permanently, like a full-time?
Yeah, that BV, that, Bureau Veritas, they'll hire them until they hire a full-time building inspector.
Oh, you mean Veritas will provide an inspector until they find a full-time inspector, okay? All right, well, I'll send some resumes over, I'll find a good building inspector, and who would I send it to?
Jennifer, the city manager.
Oh, okay.
Send her.
Did you not get any pictures tonight? Oh.
That's Ben with the paper.
Oh, so, you know, he took some.
They usually put them on their Facebook page, the Main Street News. You can probably get them off there. But yeah, that was being the little skinny fellow center.
Yeah.
He's the paper guy. So you can steal one off Main Street News something. If not, let me know, I got his number, I'll text him and get him.
Remember that Main Street News? Main Street News, you'll all remember it for you. All right, let's go.
I'll be down there shortly, soon as I get out.
Yeah, you go out there, 22 Hickory Walk.
I know where you're
That's
at.
where we
I know where you're at.
He knows where the troublemaker lives.
Hey, I only got 5 square miles, so it's not hard to figure out where I live.
Everybody
Y'all do.
Thank you. It's probably warmer than any one that you're not.
I know.
didn't see her.
He walked her out. Oh, I didn't get to read your report.
Where is it from? Let me go talk to him. Next 1 year.
You can get worse. Did somebody that micromanaged you?
I already have that, what are you talking about?
I did not micromanage you. Y'all can't work on your department, we need to work on that. Okay, so did you take the report, just so it says it's too
They
little
didn't
on my
sign
phone?
it.
No, I thought they didn't sign it. Did Ab sign it?
Huh? They didn't sign it.
Yeah. You can figure it out whenever, tomorrow, she's gonna be in office.
Where's Ab to sign it?
What report are you talking about?
I thought you could sign it.
I thought so too. He didn't sign it. Say that?
Yeah, nothing in your email? And just, pretty much the same thing they already did. I know that, see, in my box, there was no apparently, it says it in the report. There was no apparently, period. Right, I mean, we're like, hey, drop out a lot. You know?
Hey, Jonathan.